Essentially, what I'm saying is that there are economically, three important trade-offs that are eliminated. And the first one is financial. The second one is social in terms of labor relation. So, and the last one is economical and environmental. In the mass production system, what you have is you have cost or profit, I should say. Profit conflicts with cash flow. So when you run a company, you need two things. First of all, you need a profit, right? Otherwise, you don't make money and you can't invest and pay your. So a company needs to make a profit to survive. But in addition to making a profit, a company needs to have cash flow. In other words, they need to have money available on time to pay bills. Mm-hmm. So if you look at the financial statement of a company, there are two very important financial statements. The first one is what we call the income statement, okay, or the P&L, and that's the profit that the company is making. But the second one is the statement of cash flow, is how quickly the company gets money to pay its bill on time. Well, those two requirements conflicted until Toyota was able to resolve them. So today, essentially, you can make a big profit or a good profit without waiting for cash, which is a big deal. It took humanity, it took mankind, from the birth of civilization, whatever that is, 6,000 years ago, I'm not a historian, but until today, it took a long time to figure it out. Well, so number two is, and I'll just say it, the nature of mankind, which is very creative, right? People are creative, they're smart, and so they want to create. And so the nature of mankind is in constant conflict with the requirements, the mundane requirements of industrial work, right?
So true. Yeah.
And so Toyota resolved that. Toyota, by reintroducing the notion of craftsmanship, the notion of self-worth, notion of expertise in an industrial environment, is able to reconcile the nature of mankind with the kind of work that industrial work requires. And that's a big deal. It's from a labor relation point of view, it's actually also very important. And then this third one is probably socially, economically the most important one, which is, when in the mass production system, for the economy to grow, we have to produce more and more and more. But producing is polluting, right? It's essentially taking something from the earth and transforming it, and that process is very polluting. So our economy is constantly dependent on economic growth to do better. Well, the Toyota production system changed that, because we can grow the economy not just by producing more, but also by removing waste. So when we produce more, we essentially put into place mechanisms so that we can have what we call productivity. And the mass production system is based on economy of scale. So the more I produce, the better I am, the more efficient I am at producing,
right?
Because of the notion of economy of scale. And so we're hostage to that, okay?
Yeah.
But what Toyota was able to create is an economic model where economic growth can also happen from reducing waste. We actually can create economic growth by the steps or method of reducing waste. And that's a big deal. Today, it's extremely important because of what we're facing. From global warming to pollution, to the plastic in the water, in the sea, to diseases. It's a big deal.